All right, welcome to another episode of the online experience. And this one we're going into, as you can see on the screen, Fortnite. So I don't want to do just fighting games. That's the first three episodes of this was. We are jumping into a shooter battle royale of sorts on this one. So Fortnite, of course, it's a battle royale. It was an extra game mode for a survival builder, and now it has taken over the world by storm in a very big, massive multiplayer battle royale experience. So in Fortnite, you have two game modes. The OG one, which is with building mechanics in it. What you're going to be seeing here is without, or aka no build mode. And yeah, two game modes though. You can build towers in one. You can, you still have a little bit of building in no build mode, but for the most part, you are just kind of running around, collecting stuff as you go, weapons and upgrades and different rarities of weapons or as you can see in this, when they have crossover events and such, you get something like a lightsaber, a blaster, all that. So normally you'd be picking up assault rifles, shotguns, pistols, you name it. But for right here in this clip, we have no build, so we're not building towers. We are in the middle of a crossover event because this is part of the Star Wars thing. So don't be fooled by the art style of the game. Fortnite is actually pretty damn competitive. Now, as they have added in the no build mode, Fortnite actually, in my opinion, got even more competitive because now everybody is down to actually having gunfight shootouts instead of just building a tower up in the middle of the map and then trying to hunker down, kind of camp it out in their tower and shoot downwards, kind of like Fortnite was very kind of Warzone feeling in that aspect, and I feel like now that they have a no build mode, it has kind of gone into the aspect of, oh, now we actually shoot. So again, unlike Call of Duty, the shootouts really do feel very much more rewarding because where in something like a war zone that you have so many people camping out in buildings and on top of buildings and such, as you can see, the map is pretty well spread out. So you'll have people they'll try and shoot at you over the roaming countrysides and such, or they might be trying to camp in a bush. But the way that is set up, so you have 50 points of armor plus another armor on top of that. So if you get ticked by a couple bullets, you actually have a chance to turn around and respond to that. And what it does is it creates a little more of a balanced nature in Fortnite, so you actually can have full-on firefights back and forth, which I think is very cool. So there is two shields, and now the smaller shield, the 50-point shield, it can, or it will over time renew itself. So then if you are afraid of once you have no shields, you have no shields, well, no. So the top shield that you can see on the UI right there over top of your health bar, bottom left hand corner, that one can run out, and then you have no shielding. But that 50-point one, if you are just running around, it will again give you that extra little effort just to keep the game in a good solid way of having to shoot out back and forth, so they can't just one shot you, although sometimes you do end up getting one shot every once in a while. If there is somebody, if you don't have a shield and somebody has a high powered sniper rifle, you can get picked off. It is a battle royale after all. If somebody just has the RNG luck, or if they know how to go and find the gold weapons, so the vaults. There is characters on the you can see the train in the distance right there also. As you'll see here, somebody, they drove a vehicle over to the train, tried to jump onto the train and such, and yeah. And then on the train, you can also have a box that will sometimes drop gold loot. Sometimes it's only a blue. Yeah. So as you can also see in here, crossovers. So there is so many crossovers. Almost every single month you have a different crossover. Of course, as of the recording of this video, it was the Star Wars crossover with Fortnite. They do it every year for May the 4th, May the 5th. As you can see, I'm playing around as Darth Vader. I have everything from a Spider-Man to a Darth Vader to Resident Evil. There, whether it's a movie, a TV show, an anime, or a big thing like Star Wars. There is crossovers like crazy in Fortnite. That's probably one of the biggest sellers for Fortnite is the crossover events that ends up happening, and all that stuff. You can either find it in the storefronts, or you can end up getting it through battle passes and all that. We'll go into storefront and battle passes in a minute, but yeah, there is a lot of stuff that you can actually just unlock kind of for free, just doing the challenges, and then extra stuff that you can unlock by doing the battle pass. And in all honesty, the battle pass is probably one of the best things in Fortnite. Before I jump into the battle pass talk, though, and all the different game modes and everything, I do want to recognize, because it's something that a lot of games get wrong, the netcode on Fortnite. So they have spent a lot of money, they have spent a lot of time and a lot of effort at getting Fortnite to feel very smooth and very good. So it is all, I'm pretty sure it's probably dedicated server netcode on this, or some kind of a rollback netcode of some kind. The server bases and the netcode, if everything, the connection actually normally feels really good. You can have some instances where it's, you get some stuttering and such, but for the most part, if you play 20 matches, I would say probably 18 of them are going to be very solid matchups in there. You can run around and do everything that you're looking to do and not have too much of a problem with it. If you do find a pretty rough match, or a pretty rough lobby, I should say, then you can just get out of it, maybe get a kill or two just to keep your stats up there if you really are looking for it. Now, as you can see, the battle, this is really what I was talking about between like having the, I am jumping, I am hopping around a little bit, but it's not like Halo hops where you're, jumping 10 feet into the air. You can just kind of bounce around a little bit. Very Call of Duty-esque in that way. But it's, I hit the person, I broke their first 50-point shield, and then we started having firefights back and forth. Again, it's very balanced and very, it's just a very good feeling on the firefights in Fortnite. More so than I've ever had in Call of Duty when it comes to Warzone or even Blackout or something, where a lot of times you end up feeling like they have way too much shielding. So that first shot right there broke the shields. If I have gotten the, if I had another weapon, I could have actually gone through and done even more. So here you're seeing the challenges, and this is one of the things when it comes to the challenge of the battle pass. You don't have to spend ages trying to get through the battle pass. It doesn't make it feel like a chore. It doesn't make it feel like it's kind of rough to get through. There's quests, there's all kinds of quests and all kinds of XP. I find the Fortnite Battle Pass to be probably one of the best Battle Passes, just in the way that a lot of these challenges, like there's pages of XP that you're making, they're like 10 grand a piece and everything. A lot of the challenges is just come over to this part of the map, talk to a character, hit a button, find a thing, scavenge out something or whatever. We've also had challenges in the past where it was like, go and check out an Indiana Jones thing or something, or sometimes you also have a Star Wars thing where it's you run over and kill Vader, grab his lightsaber, or you're going in, taking out the stormtroopers and all that stuff. Again, the battle pass you have, sometimes it can be kind of iffy on the original creations made by Epic, but this last season was pretty good, at least. And then what you normally end up having is a crossover thing at the end of the season pass, which is, it can be anything from a Spider-Man to a we've had I think it was like Tomb Raider one battle pass, and just like again Indiana Jones, and just all kinds of stuff has been in the battle pass. Now, the other thing too is the storefront, the V-Bucks. You can see the V-Bucks also in the battle pass. You can get normally enough V-Bucks to get your next battle pass. So all you gotta do is just spend the like $9 to get the battle pass going, and then you have plenty enough V-Bucks to get your next one, and maybe like 200 V-Bucks extra. So if there's like an emote or something that you want to get in the storefront, normally I stack them up and I wait until I get enough to maybe buy a character or something. So one other thing that I need to go into also, is the fact that there is multiple game modes now. So this is, and this is also the shop too. And again, the shop prices aren't too bad, except for when they have to raise up the prices for, like, you know, records companies and everything when they do the music stuff. Talking about music stuff, there is 3 major game modes in Fortnite. There is the Battle Royale mode. There is a racing mode made literally by the ones that made Rocket League. So it feels very Rocket League-esque, but kind of like a Crash Team Racing or a Mario Kart feel to it. And then you also have a survival mode where you run around in a survival environment. And you'll end up seeing that a little bit later on, but this is the kind of like, you know, again, it's like a kart racer, basically, made out of the Rocket League engine. Super cool, super fun. And the cool thing is, all these modes, you can actually earn XP for the Battle Pass in. So if you don't want to do Battle Royale, you just want to go racing, you can actually earn all the stuff in the Battle Pass. Now, my only gripe with the Battle Pass right now is that there is no cars in the current season of the Battle Pass, but the last Battle Pass, there was a few cars. So it's hit or miss whether or not every single game mode is going to have, you know, an item or two in there. But for the most part, again, the challenges are super easy. And some of them can be a little bit harder for XP if you're doing the Battle Royale stuff, where you have to be in a certain spot at a certain time or whatever during the matchup, because everybody kind of goes in there. It's almost like an MMO feel. But if you're doing something like these races, or survival one seems pretty, you know, time consuming. It's not so much it's super hard. It's just really time consuming to do it. The racing ones here go pretty quick. So as you can see here, this is the survival mode. But again, I think this is probably one of the best Battle Pass progressions that I've ever seen in a game. Now, one thing that I would say, like on Warzone, or Call of Duty, I should say overall, the Battle Pass for that, I have seen where you can like select the different items that you want to unlock instead of it just going on the track of like, okay, you get this first, that second, that third. And I really wish all games would go to the one where you can just select whatever you want to pick, like pick and choose. Fortnite had it. They went back to kind of like okay, you're going to get, you know, it kind of goes on a track of them. But since you are always kind of getting something, you're progressing forward because you get so much XP. It really just, like, if you're playing the Battle Royale or maybe doing the race car stuff, you just kind of get the one mores going, where it's like, just do one more match, one more race, and one more whatever to get a little extra XP. Again, Battle Pass is 950 V-Bucks, which equals to about $9 USD. I don't know in other currencies what it costs, but for me, I find out of all the Battle Passes that I've seen or I've used or I've done or anything, doing the V-Bucks with the Fortnite Battle Pass is probably the best bang for buck, like I said, because you get so much with it in between multiple characters and unlocks and everything else. And maybe one of the best parts of Fortnite is it's totally free to play. So all the stuff that you're seeing right now, I didn't have to buy. It is free to play. You can just download it. You can check it out. It's on multiple different systems. There is so many different modes, all kinds of different stuff that you can do on it. I think there is just more bang for your buck in Fortnite than there is in a Warzone or anything. Outside of all that, there is always updates to the shop and everything too, but I think that will do it for this episode. This was a very quick episode, but I think that will do it for this episode of the Fortnite online experience. Tons of crossovers, tons of items in the shop, always being updated. There is more crossovers almost monthly being added to all this stuff, whether it be a Battle Pass or in the shop or whatever, and they are not overly expensive. You know, some other game companies and publishers and everything have been really pushing for expensive microtransactions, and Fortnite seems to be keeping the prices pretty well steady. I mean, they have some of the best crossovers in the business when it comes to licensed crossovers. I like to joke around that Fortnite is the the Smash Bros. Ultimate of Fortnite. You know, it's like that Marvel versus Capcom kind of like, who's going to show up here on the roster, and you know, who is going to show up next in the next trailer and everything. But yeah, Fortnite, I think overall, if you're looking for something that's free to play, I think that you can probably get the most bang for your buck. Don't let the graphics fool you. It does look kind of kiddie, it's like, that cartoon looking type of thing. But if you can get past that and you jump into the gameplay itself, you'll find that there is a very solid, good shooter, battle royale, racing, and survival experience here to be had. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Another online experience video. We'll see what other games I get into the online experience of and make episodes of. So if you want to keep your eyes peeled on all that stuff, hit the sub button, the like button, the bell notification, all that. And yeah, as always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, I will see ya next time.